Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, we're on the way. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. It's a promising position. And that has been cleared. France have the chance to go the other way. Nicely shaped ball. And it's been played through. And that has sent him sprawling. Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing. Now that's well seen too. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, Peter, Erling Haaland is developing a massive reputation. The raw power, the speed, the ability to find the net in all sorts of ways. Sometimes you just wonder how you're going to stop him, and I think as a defender you'd be hard-pressed for answers.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Now it's Haaland. And that is well cleared. Takes aim and... Oh, great leap! And oh, he's got that completely wrong.
I just wonder what was on his mind there. Should have put his foot right through it.
So it is still 0-0. Rabiot. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Chouameni, Koundé, and it's Dembele. Now it's Mbappe, and he's picked out the run. And the shot! Goal! France! And France are in front. Well, it's taken a big deflection, but boy, he will want that one.
The goal scorer for France after 28 minutes is number 10, Kylian Mbappe.
France have broken through. It's 1-0.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Berger. And here's Sorloth. Doué. That's a good run down the left. And it's Hernandez. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Now it's Haaland. Now it's Ødegaard. Oh, what has happened here? Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Nicely aimed pass. Shifted it to the flank. Doué in acres of space out wide. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Rabiot.
There will
was
be
quick
1
to
minute
react.
added time.
Haaland. That's the end of the first 45. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Norway
And we'd like to
currently
inform you now
behind
that the
by
latest
1 goal to
travel
0
information
at the
is
break.
currently being displayed on the screen.
Well, let's not beat about the bush, Peter. It's been fairly flat, and the support have had little to cheer about. So an awful lot of questions have got to be asked, and the answers need to be found in a hurry.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So we're underway for the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Berger. And here's Doué. Now it's Mbappe. Tries a shot! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender, stay onside.
And they've got rid. Saliba. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Rabiot. And he goes cross-field. And Koundé. And it's Dembele. Dembele. Can he finish? Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Dembele can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Can he get on the end of this? Showing good feet. He might be Haaland! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, such a fabulous run, and he was fully intent on rounding it off in some style. Great strength, wonderful skill, terrific balance, but he seems to have rushed the finish.
Chouameni. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
We've not seen much from this team as a whole, Peter. OK, that's largely due to the way their opponents have approached it, but they can up their game considerably, and I mean considerably.
Ødegaard. Oh, good read. Dembele. Hernandez. And that has put paid to that. He's on it, can he get away? "75 minutes played.
France clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And he's picked it up out wide. Threads one in. Doué. Well read, and the danger is averted. The final moments of a game that has been pretty compelling overall. Well, he's having a shot! And it's in! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control.
The goal scorer for France. After 84
Now some movement on the bench,
minutes,
and we are going to see a change.
24,
France are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
Rabiot. Driving on and making good progress. He's got away. Mbappe. Great vision. Big chance! And it's there! And they are disappearing out of sight.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious, Peter, that this emphasises the importance of having willing runners who want to go behind that defence. One good ball, and they're in.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark. And the referee brings it to a close. Defeated,
And a quick
dejected,
reminder today to
deflated,
please take
the
all the
ultimate
dustbins
disappointment.
located by the entrance gates. Thank you
How would you
very much.
summarise? Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as
Hello,
both sides look to
everybody,
clear the
and welcome
first
to
hurdle.
today's
Supporters here
Norway
in terrific
against
numbers.
France.
So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. So a clash of nations with so much pride on the line. Now it's Doué. Doué was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Oh, good spread. Olise, he's shifting through the gears here. Mbappe! Oh, the clearance is short. Oh, he's been caught napping. He has found the way through. And a shot! Goal, France! And there is your opener. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
So, a breakthrough already. Solot. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is shot a goal! Goal, Norway! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
After 16 minutes.
So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And he's there to clear it. The referee has given a corner. And it's been taken short. Now it's Olise. And he decides to cross it. Cleared away. And here's Olise. And that was asking just too much of him. Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. Berger. Ødegaard. Well, that is one way to stop him. Not the most convincing of passes. Dembele. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And here's Solot, and it's Ødegaard. Rabiot. Now it's Mbappe. Plays a sharp little ball here. Shapes to shoot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
He's having a shot! It's bounced back off the post. That's a fair try, but just off target. Saliba, and it's Hernandez. Now it's Mbappe.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Oh, some astute defending there. Haaland.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
He's found a way past. That's the end of the first 45. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. So your views on the first half?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far. So it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. France get the ball rolling for the second period. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's gone, and the shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Olise goes short. Rabiot! Defending of the desperate variety. Mbappe receives it in a good position here. Dembele. It's Dembele! Well, the contact was true enough. The aim wasn't quite.
Well, it was a confident attempt, and he made it look like a doddle the way he generated that power.
Ryerson. Østigard. Now Ødegaard. That pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Now it's Mbappe. Dembele. And he shoots! It's off target and by quite a way.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Substitutions taking place.
France choosing to make the first change. Hernandez. Rabiot. And it's Dembele. Mbappe. Dembele. He's found a way through. Dembele!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Cherki. Very nicely done. Impressive jump. Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Substitution.
France making further changes here, and in quick succession. That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Ødegaard. Front-footed pressing going on here. Can he get on the end of this? It's a promising position. Haaland. Pulls it back. He's there to hit it! And no! He had to, and yet he could not.
Oh, unlucky. There's the urgency they need, and it nearly brought them a goal.
Now it's Mbappe. Rabiot. And he's picked it up out wide.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
And that's gone loose. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Oh, that's nice. Lofted upfield.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Koundé.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And here's Mbappe. That's tidy. Tries to pass it through. Lovely bit of skill. And it's Rabiot. And time is up. It is the end of the road. The result simply not good enough. Your reflections then, Jim?
I think what makes this particularly painful, at least for me, is that the team knew exactly what they had to do, but just looked like they were never going to achieve it. The whole approach seemed wrong from the start, and it's a game to forget.
Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash. And no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. A header! Tried his hardest, but the cross asked too much of him in the end.
Well, if only the calibre of the finish was as high as the calibre of the supply. I mean, that was a beautifully played cross, and it really should have seen something better on the end of it. Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him, as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Out towards the flank. Now, has he got the beating of his marker here? Elects to... Big chance! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Mbappe clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Olise with the short one. Shoots! It's bounced back off the post. That's put paid to the danger. Oh, that's neat. Played out to the left flank. And it's Rabiot. That is lovely. Rabiot! Oh my word, that is quite something! A finish right from the top draw. There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
France have fired themselves in front.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Played out wide. Doué finding himself in space. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. And here's Mbappe. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Tries to play it through. Haaland. Looking for options for movement. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Doué.
Norway truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Ryerson. Now it's Haaland. And here's Ødegaard. Spread to the right. It's out for a goal kick. Chouameni. Rabiot given the lift of his goal. And it's Doué. Now it's Mbappe. And for the first half, that is that. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Norway come in at half-time on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. The second half is up and running.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
Nice interception, well timed. Solot. A quick look, thought about cutting inside. That's a delicate pass. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Spread it left. Now it's Doué. So no flag here. Oh, that's fabulous. Crosses it in. Olise! Decent attempt, but not quite good enough.
Substitutions taking place.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
Your impression so far, Jim?
Norway are not doing enough to get themselves back in the game. They're not as threatening as their opposition. It's got to change.
Ødegaard. It's a really well-measured ball. Chouameni. Barcola. Hernandez. And it's Rabiot. Chouameni. Rabiot. Hernandez. And it's Chouameni. And Koundé. Dembele. Oh, he's having a go! That is decidedly lacking.
Dembele clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Substitution in progress.
Final checks on the touchline. A change about to occur.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy.
Ødegaard pinches it off him. Koundé and Upamecano. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Norway could be just about done here.
Well, I like to see, Peter, that they haven't given up yet, so the spirit burns on.
Tries one from range! Sensation! Sensational from Haaland! That is a gem! An absolute gem! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige.
Norway, after 85 minutes, is
The movement so
15.
precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Erling Haaland. Substitution.
France have opted to make another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart and the efforts he put in. He was very willing, though, not quite able.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this.
4 added minutes has been
Marcola
indicated.
receives it in a wide position. Oh, shooting chance! Norway do have a chance to counter here. And it's Akliush. Koundé, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
That's a clever-looking ball. That's going to go a long way. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Norway can only draw, and that seals their fate.
We are glad to inform you
After all of
today's
that, Jim,
match day
what are you
programs
thinking?
are available.
Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. They're up and running then. This then, the greatest show on the grandest stage. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
I think Theo Hernandez is one of the most exciting fullbacks in the game. Rarely have I seen a player display all the qualities needed in a complete fullback at such a tender age, and at a time where the role of the fullback is even more crucial. He really is a diamond.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. Oh, that was vital. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And he shoots! And now they can clear their lines. Oh, he's defended very well against those tricky feet. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now this could be a chance. Norway yet to have an attempt on goal. Koundé. Pass somewhat off target. And here's Haaland. Goes down, but nothing given. Looking for options for movement. Now, can he beat his... Mbappe! Goal, France! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
After 29 minutes, Kylian Mbappe.
France are in front now, the game's only goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Plays a sharp little ball here. Takes aim and crosses. Easy enough for the goalkeeper.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Berger. He's having a hit! And he has produced there the crispest of hits.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
Koundé and Upamecano. Hernandez.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And it's Chouameni. And that is the end of the first half. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Norway trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves, too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest. So straight into the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
And the shot! And it's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Norway, after 56 minutes.
The movement so
Number
precise,
23.
the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. Look at this. Tries a shot! Goal! France! And they've got their lead back. Just gorgeous. The most glorious, delicious of touches. Followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here? He is through here. Space for him to turn and look. Too much on that, it's gone out.
Substitution.
France can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Barcola to come on, a change that had been mooted for a while.
Yeah, I think the manager might have feared his team could become a little tentative, conservative even, Peter, but this will make a nice change.
Saliba and Hernandez. Barcola. Rabiot.
Unless they can devise a quick counter-attacking plan, they're going to need to see much more of this ball.
Dembele wants to run onto this. Lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Tries to pass it through. That's put paid to the danger. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Norway really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Substitution in progress.
Saliba, not the most accurate pass.
Substitutions taking place.
Haaland, who does have an assist to his name. Saliba did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
Barcola finds himself offside. Norway are running out of time and out of options.
Well, I suppose they need something to break their way, Peter. Anything at this late stage. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Now it's Mbappe, and he was quick to react. Surlot.
Added minutes has been indicated.
Rabiot. Shifted it to the flank. Barcola. This looks promising. Odegaard. And here's Surlot. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And that is it, the referee has seen enough. So that is it, the end of the road. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Norway really looked like they were just second to everything, disjointed even. Yeah, it was a high-intensity game, and that may have gotten to some of the players, but even so, it was just disappointing on a lot of levels.
Contact a nearby member of staff.
Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. We're up and running then. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Over to the right flank. Olise going face to face with his great rival.
Well, this is intriguing.
Ryerson did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Wriggles his way through. Dembele. This is Dembele. He's rising! Oh, it's come off the upright. Norway yet to have an attempt on goal. That's a sharp pass. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Well, Peter, Aurelien Tchouameni is someone I see as being a real tour de force in that midfield. He's a tireless worker. I've heard so many people say he's just a nightmare to try and get away from. A real destroyer whose abilities on the counter-press are very potent.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way. Well, we expected better, and so did he. Now it's Mbappe. He's beaten the last man. Oh, super shoots! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Dembele really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Norway are looking to go forward now. Distributed tidily. Great work on the overlap. And the ball is out of play. Hernandez. Searching pass he's played there. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Ødegaard. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. That's a good ball out wide. Tchouameni. And Hernandez. Now it's Doué. Rabiot. Great vision. Mbappe! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Olise goes short. Pulls it back. He'll try to... Dembele! Oh, the ball's run loose here. And it's hoisted clear. Oh, that's close, and that will be the last of it. It's half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started.
I'm afraid to tell
Plenty
you that
for
we're
both
expecting
managers to
traffic
mull
to
over
be heavy
here.
after the final whistle today.
What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break. And so the action is resumed. Both sides defensively robust up to now. That's the keeper's ball.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. He's picked his way through. Cuts it back. And a header! He will be livid with himself. Hernandez. Now it's Mbappe. Well, now it's a race. Big chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's been taken short. Oh, that's superb. And now a sudden chance to counter. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Berger. Ødegaard. And it's Berger. Ødegaard. And here's Haaland. Played out to the left flank. Space for him to turn and look. That should be the goalkeeper's, and it is. Chouameni. Koundé. Now Mbappe. Spread it left. Well, the less said about that pass, the better.
Substitution in progress.
Ødegaard. Norway really will have to throw everything at them. A header! Oh, that was no routine save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Spread to the right. Oh, he's found support out wide. Ryerson. Looking to play him in. Dembele receives it in a wide position.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Ødegaard.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And here's Haaland. He's having a hit! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. It is the end of the road. The result simply not good enough. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think what makes this particularly painful, at least for me, is that the team knew exactly what they had to do, but just looked like they were never going to achieve it. The whole approach seemed wrong from the start, and it's a game to...
Well, this is just joyous. The perfect backdrop as both sides look to clear the first hurdle. Supporters here in terrific numbers. So will they be going back happy at the end of 90 minutes? Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So things are underway. This then the greatest show on the grandest stage. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, I get the feeling, Peter, that this guy, Michael Elise, will be very much on show here. He's, I think, superb in that position on the right-hand side. I don't want to see him moved anywhere else in the team because he's expert in that area. And I think the next phase in his career now is to start scoring more goals. He's already pretty proficient at that, but he's good enough to add many more goals to his game, and he could do some damage here too.
Yeah, hard to see past him. He'll be looking to put on a show, I'm certain of that. Oh, that's neat. He has found the... Mbappe! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Now it's Solot. Now it's Haaland. Nicely shaped ball. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Berger. He'll try from distance! Oh, cracking effort.
A good disguise on that, though. I don't think many people would have expected him to absolutely clatter it the way he did.
Doué. Norway have had plenty of possession. And the shot! Berger. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Strokes it back.
He's got no choice here. He had to go backwards.
This is a promising build-up. Now this chance, surely! Dembele clears. He's found a way through. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable chance! Goal, Norway! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
After 35 minutes is number 9.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. Now, can they get him away? Haaland is alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
And here's Dembele. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. That's good running with the ball. Oh, that is
There will
good.
be 1 minute
Super
added
running,
time.
sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Norway come in leading by just the odd goal.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Norway have made the crucial breakthrough and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. So straight into the second half. Norway leading courtesy of the game's only goal. Doué. Hernandez. And it's Rabiot. Norway just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. Here's Chouameni. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Mbappe!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and
Substitution in
eventually
progress.
you might just get that little break.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
That's really well cleared. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now.
There's the shot! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Barcola finds himself offside. Barcola. He's on it, and the shot!
Mbappe really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Oh, strongly challenged there. Chouameni producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Oh, he's trying to skip past his man. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And he cuts out the supply. The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score is 1-0. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Mbappe. Oh, this is a terrific run. They're urging him to shoot. Deftly away. That'll be a throw-in.
Substitution.
And here's Barcola.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
It's a goal kick.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
2 added minutes
And
have
it's
been indicated.
Akliouche. Now it's Barcola. No, not quite on the same wavelength. That's that, the end. Perfect result, perfect outcome. A test passed with flying colours. So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Norway can be really happy with this. I saw it as one of these defining games for them, and they showed real character to get the job done. A big statement for anyone who might be up next.
Please turn your attention to the screen for information provided by the local police.
Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash, and no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So we're very much on the way now. This then the... Mbappe! He's got to be quick to... Oh, he's been caught napping! It's a sweeping... He's having a shot! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. There's the clearance. That's the throw. Dembele. Olise has it out wide and in space. Now it's Haaland. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
I see this guy, Upamecano, as a very modern-day centre-back. Quick, good with his feet, confident moving the ball out of defence. I mean, if you're a team like many of the good ones that like to play out from the back, then this Frenchman really is your perfect fit.
No argument from me on that front. It's easy to see how his presence alone affects both sides. That has been cut short. Norway, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. And here's Olise, and it's been played through. Couldn't squeeze it through. Rabiot, that's a lovely, neat pass. Tries to pass it through. And the finish! Goal, Norway! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough. And it's Doué. That ball looks a good one. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside.